Hey, welcome to the tutorial on how to use these awesome uplights. I'm going to do a step-by-step to show you how they work independently and also how you can wirelessly link them with other lights. So first off, here is the main menu. You have your DMX 512. This is also another word for slave mode. So if you want another light to listen to the master light, then you would set it to this setting right here and the number wouldn't matter. You have shows right here, which is auto color, auto fade, and this number right here changes the speed of it. So if you go quicker, it goes way faster. And if you go slower, it obviously goes slower, okay? And then if you click menu, you'll go back out and then you go to sound activated mode. Sound 1 mode is probably the most popular. And you'll notice that when a sound happens, it moves. This is probably the most common, most popular, okay? You can go through other sound modes too. You have your color. You can do a static color, which has 30-something settings, and usually these are really good colors. Or if you want to make a custom one, you can go to custom color, and you can add different color values to mix your own colors. So there we are there. And then if you go back to settings, you have your DMX channel, 2.4 gig wireless. This basically means it's going to talk to other lights. So right now these lights on the very side are on, and that indicates that the 2.4 gig wireless is turned on these lights. So for example, if I go over to this, go to settings, sorry, it's blurry right there. I'm gonna go to settings and I'm going to turn it off. Okay, so watch this. Right now it's on. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. And you'll notice that light just turned off because now, and then I'll turn it back on, boom, now it's back on, okay? All right, next thing is you have infrared. This is basically to use the remote, the IR infrared remote, okay? I use this only on one master light when I'm linking all the lights together, okay? So infrared, I'm gonna turn on, and you'll notice on the home page, you'll see the IR signal at the very top. That means infrared. And the bars right there means the wireless signal is on, okay? Now remember, IR should only be on one light, which is the master. And so now if I click amber, for example, and I have to make sure it's pointing at that sensor right there, it will, oh, hold on. It's a brand new remote, so I need to take out that little clear tab. All right, now we're good to go. I'll do amber, and now it's amber, red, and so forth, okay? I'm gonna go back and manually change it to the less bright color just for purposes of this demonstration. Whoops, custom color. Okay, awesome. By the way, a tip is when I'm setting up these uplights, I will put on a custom color that isn't bright at all. That way I can just make sure all the lights are linked before I put them out. You can imagine if you have 20 of these and you put them all out and then you turn on the master and 4 of them aren't on, you now have to go walk over to all of them. So I just do a really dim color to light up the other lights to make sure they're linked. All right, now, if you want to use this on static mode, then, and what I mean by static mode is like independent mode, then you can turn off, whoops, you can turn off the wireless, and then that way you could have a bunch of uplights, different colors. It wouldn't matter. You could have one purple, one blue, one orange, one whatever, because there's no wireless connectivity. Nothing's gonna be sending a signal or receiving a signal. In this case, I want this to be the master, so I'm gonna turn it on. And I have this taped up because these lights are so bright sometimes that in dark venues, I'll tape them so that this bright light doesn't keep blinking forever. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this light, and if I click it once, I'm gonna see what channel it's on, okay? So one click, okay, it's on that like, it's a yellowish color, okay? Now if I click it again, it's gonna start scrolling through all of the other colors, okay? And these are different channels. Notice that blue and green look pretty similar. So sorry, green and yellow. So there's the green, and then there's the yellow, okay? So what you do is you click around until you find what channel you wanna be on. In my case, I wanna be on yellow. So there's yellow, I let go. And now the red blinking means that this is the master and it's sending a signal. Now these other lights over here, they are solid because they are on a receiving channel. And we know that it's on receiving because these are gonna be on 512, okay? DMX 512, so these are slave. These are both slaves. This is on a master because we've given it a color. And that color, notice it's not on 512, it's on color. and we did a custom color. So we know this is this is sending a signal because the color is chosen right in here within the light, or it's chosen on the remote, same exact thing, okay? So now, let's double check what color we're on. We're on that yellow color. So now we're gonna go over here and we're gonna click through till we get to the yellow color. Okay, there we are, and watch what happens. Wait a second. All right, well that should have worked. Let's go ahead and see if I have a light that's competing for that signal. Okay, there's yellow. All right, that one turned on right there. I'm not sure why this one's not turning on. Let's turn this off, turn it back on. It's on the yellow color. It's on receiving mode. Well, I shall come back to this later. Let's just turn this off and on, because that's what you always do when you have problems, and see if we can get anything. You're seeing me troubleshoot in the wild. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yellow. Maybe I was on the green channel on accident. Okay. So now you notice the green blinking light means it's successfully receiving a signal. The red blinking light means that it's successfully sending a signal.